When I used to do sales training, that was long ago, because in sales training you have to jump and scream and do things like that, and I don't have the energy nor the willingness to do sales training. But one question that I would ask people is, how many customers has your mother given you, or how many customers has your father given you? And people would look at me blankly saying, none, right? So my next question is, do your parents not love you? Do your siblings not love you? Do your friends not love you? Why do they not give you any business? It's because they don't even know what you do. They don't even care whether you know, and you don't even care enough to tell them what you do. So if you don't have a, say, 90-second or a 60-second sales pitch, and your parents don't even know what you're doing, right? It's, oh, he's doing something in mutual funds, he's doing something in insurance. That's fine. They don't know the full details. Chances are they will not give you any clients. Now this is true even when you are dealing with other customers. So suppose you have a client who is a good friend of yours, who's been doing business with you for 10 years, and he's very happy with the kind of mutual fund returns he has got, or life insurance, or the advice that you gave about his daughter's education, or his son's to buy which cycle he wants to buy. You have a very good relationship. You have even considered going on holidays together, right? So that's a fantastic relationship. But if that guy has not given you any business, right, he's not given you any reference, what is the reason? The reasons are manifold. One is, he doesn't even know that you're looking for business. He thinks, oh, maybe you're doing very well, you don't need business. Second, you have never asked, right? You never asked him for business. You never asked him for reference, so he doesn't even know. Third, he trusts you enough with his money, but he does not trust you enough with his friend's money. He does not want, if things go wrong, he does not want to tell his to hear from his friends, "Arey, you recommended this guy and he screwed up my mutual fund portfolio or my direct equity portfolio," right? Something like that. This is not like recommending a restaurant or a vacation, right? So if I were, suppose, a vacation organizer, and I took a bunch of people, maybe 10 people, I took them to Corbett, and they were very happy with what they saw in Corbett. They saw a tiger and an elephant fighting, which is once in a century kind of a thing, or all that. It is necessary for you to collect the testimonials then and there, right? To say, wow, this is so fantastic. So record all that, keep it with you. So collecting testimonials is important, whether you are a tour operator taking people to wild safaris, or whether you are a fund manager, or whether you are an it is nice to have all these endorsements from clients and testimonials and saying, wow, this is what he did. It was very useful because he had come to my house and he was speaking to my dad, and he could force my father or cajole my father into making his will. I could never have handled it myself. Whatever customer testimonials, client testimonials, or to say my wife was not convinced that we have enough money to retire, but he convinced my wife. Whatever, it need not be saying, oh, he chose this fund and in this fund I got 17.8% return. That may not make any sense, because the testimonial, by the time you put it, would have been in that fund would be giving -5%. So that may not make sense. You can still put it. You can talk about asset allocation. You can talk about portfolio sizing. You talk about saying, oh, he told me that 6,000 rupee SIP will also work. I thought, unless you have 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, you cannot invest. He introduced me to the concept of a SIP, or any of those things. Or he came and made a good presentation to our office. My office was very impressed with what happened, right? So some of these testimonials, and also getting professional testimonials. If you can get some other professionals in your field, may not be doing your work. Like you could be a MFD, and this person could be a fund manager, and saying, oh, I'm a fund manager, but my own portfolio is handled by XYZ MFD. Can it happen? Of course it happens, right? I have enough fund managers who will be happy to give testimonials for MFDs, right? So we know that, we know all those things are happening. So collecting all those testimonials, collecting video, keeping it ready, So for example, I'll again go back to the wild example of saying you took somebody to Corbett, so you created film saying, oh, this is what happened, we saw so many tigers, etc. So now that clip can go into Corbett, can go generally into what kind of trips I organize, and go into about tigers, or create one saying what can you see in India, and you say, okay, you can go here, you can see tiger, here you can see elephant, here you can see whatever, a leopard, bear. All these things are available. So you create an India picture, you create a Corbett picture, you create an August picture, so all that you can use those clippings. Similarly, when you get testimonials from customers saying he chose equity funds well for me, my daughter's marriage was completely funded by my SIP, my retirement is peaceful because of this, you keep collecting all those testimonials. You can put it up on your own website, you can create films, you can use all that, but at least start collecting testimonials from customers and other professionals. The social media works very funnily. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it is not. So create a social media presence, say good things, but please remember that if you say controversial things, like for example, I talk about elections, I talk about BJP, I talk about Congress, that's not a very sensible thing to do. Don't copy what I am doing, right? So because people will get biased. So a Congress supporter may not invest with me, or a BJP super supporter may not invest with me because I criticize BJP or anything like that. Why do you want to lose business because of your political views? Don't do that. I am doing it, and I may be losing business, but understand one thing, I'm at the end of my career. And I'm happy to hold a very strong opinion on Twitter, but on my YouTube channel I don't even touch politics. This is the closest I'll come to touching politics. It's not for me. I may create a separate channel for politics, that's a different thing, and I may be a disaster in that. That is different, but I should not allow my political views to affect my business. That's very important, especially in a country like India, where you could get, people could say, oh, I won't invest with him, he does not like Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli. Don't take any strong views on social media, but create a social media presence. You have to be on Twitter. If your audience is on Insta, you have to be on Insta. You don't have a choice. You can be on LinkedIn, you can be on wherever, create your own YouTube channel, whatever, right? So all that could lead to more business. For me, I'm not looking for more business, but this does lead to more business. Every day I get somebody saying, can you handle my portfolio, right? So if I can add 100 clients in a year to my to doing some business, it will do very well for me, right? But you have to choose what is the level of business you want, what kind of business you are looking for. But at least creating a social media presence is useful. Take a stand on something which is happening in the business, right? Interest rates are likely to go up, likely to go down, or you say, look, I'm very confused. I've met 4 fund managers, 2 said interest rates will go up and 2 said interest rates won't go up. I don't know what will happen, but this is my view, right? You can do that kind of a thing, but taking a stand is always useful. But don't take a stand where you do not know why people are fighting. If there is some CAA protest or some restless protest, you don't know whether it is political, stay away from it. I am repeating, your political views should not affect your business, and it can only affect it negatively. So stay away from such comments, right? If you have educational qualifications, if you keep adding, like you did a certification course in risk management, or you did a certification course in asset allocation, anything, any of those things, you did a 1-day course, 2-day course, you did it from a good institute, create those certificates, put it up in your office. These are also again your educational qualifications. So if you're a chartered accountant and you're an MFD, chances are people will listen to you when you talk about taxation. If you're not a chartered accountant and you crib about, oh, your chartered accountant is giving you wrong advice, their chartered accountant will say, array, these MFDs don't understand taxation. You run that risk, right? So be very careful, be extra careful whom you're criticizing, what you're saying, show off your qualification, whatever it is worth. Do all this, and these are good ways to increase your business. So this could be just all these things put together could increase your business. Creating your newsletter, right? All these things when you do together, and you do it as per a plan, and you do it, every Wednesday I'll send a newsletter, or every Monday I will update my blog, every Tuesday I will upgrade my YouTube channel, right? If you do it consistently, persistently over a long period of time, you will definitely create a brand. I mean, I've done nothing extraordinary, but I have put in one video every day or two videos every day over a longish period. This is just 2 years, but over 14 years I have done that in my website, which is subramani.com. I've not been updating it recently, which is a shame, but yeah, so you need to be consistent at what you're doing. You do all this together, it's a great way to increase your business. It's a great way to be visible about what you're doing. Thank you.